What's going on, guys? CrustyKs here. Excited to talk about this Thursday college basketball slate. We are knee-deep in conference tournament action. I am so excited to talk about it. Let's jump right into it. The first one here, Indiana taking on Oregon. Oregon, a small favorite, -1.5. For me here, I'm going to be on the Hoosiers. This is a team who saw a couple bubble teams not look very good. West Virginia lost their game. So obviously that opens up opportunity for another bubble team in Indiana, who it is a long shot for them, but I do think that if they can pick up some good wins here in the Big Ten tournament, maybe they could backdoor their way into a spot. I think they believe it. I believe it. So for me here, I like the Hoosiers plus the 1.5, or you just take them on the money line at plus money. I think that their bigs present a big time problem for Biddle. I like Biddle, the big for Oregon, but he's not very physical, and I think that the overall size of this Indiana lineup, truthfully, is going to be a problem for Oregon. Really like what Indiana's done now, though, where they have Renew coming off the bench and McBago in the starting lineup. So they're a lot more athletic 1 through 5 now, not running Renew and Ballo at the same time. And I think it just opens up their offense a bit and makes them really tough to defend, especially for this Oregon team, who I quite frankly just don't think is very good. So give me the Indiana Hoosiers here plus the 1.5. The next one we're going to talk about here, Arkansas taking on Ole Miss. Ole Miss laying 3.5 points. We saw Arkansas hold on for dear life against South Carolina. In the game, they're up big. They went on I believe a 10-plus minute scoring drought. I think even South Carolina might have tied it at one point. Arkansas did, like I said, hold on to win the game. Now they take on Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is a team that I'm not too high on. Not many people are high on. But they do have some shooters. They are a tough team to guard 1 through 5. And I like them here with Chris Beard. I think that this Arkansas team, I'm not a big Cal guy. I haven't been a big Cal guy really ever. And I just don't like this team. I don't like the makeup of the team. I don't like the guys he has on the team. Jonah Davis is a me guy, and he drives me insane. Obviously, Thiero's out, so that does make a bit of a difference here. But even if he was in, I like Ole Miss here. Ole Miss minus 3.5. I think this is where Arkansas, I think a lot of people tried to fade Arkansas in this game against South Carolina. It didn't work. I think this is the spot it works. I think this is where Arkansas ends their season and heads on to Cancun or wherever they're going, because Calipari really can't wait to get the season over with, just based off some of the stuff he's been saying. Give me Ole Miss minus 3.5. If you guys want to cash more plays with me daily, as well as get access to other top handicappers and join a community of over 30,000 sports bettors, sign up at GoldBoys.com. Use my code CRUSTY10 and save yourself 10% on your first month. Next, we're going to talk about here, probably one of my favorite games on the slate, Marquette taking on Xavier. Xavier, 2.5 point dog here. For me, I'm going to be on Xavier. This Marquette team is a team that I've been overly impressed with this season. They shoot the three a lot. They don't shoot it well. We all know the Shaka Smart pressure scheme they run on defense. Xavier's been pretty good, though, limiting turnovers. And if you're going to play Marquette, that's something you have to be able to do. And I just think this Xavier offense is legit. And I think their efficiency on offense is going to be a problem for Marquette. And like I said, I've watched Marquette more times than I care to admit. This is a team that I probably had more coin on than I care to admit. And the offense just isn't efficient. You watch it, way too reliant on Cam Jones. And he's really not even shooting the ball that well overall this year compared to what he was doing last year. So I just think without a consistent option behind Cam Jones, I mean, Joplin, he was really good to start the season, kind of just fell off. Chase Ross, I don't feel like he's taken the step that I think everybody thought he was going to take. And then same with Gold. I mean, he's a big who really doesn't play big, and I just think that until he figures out how to do that, they're just not going to have consistent scoring options around Cam Jones, and it makes them tough to back. And I think they end up probably dropping this one here, truthfully. So give me Xavier plus the 2.5. The next one we're going to talk about, Texas taking on Texas A&M. Texas A&M laying 5.5 points. I'm going to be on the Aggies here. I hate this team. But I think that their ability to dominate the glass is going to be the difference here. Unless Trey Johnson stands on his head. I mean, we saw Tramon Mark play really well. And I think he bring a little bit of something to this Longhorn team. Don't get me wrong. But if you watch Texas against Vandy, the way they kind of controlled that game was they dominated the glass. They had a ton of offensive rebounds, a ton of second chance opportunities. And against the Aggies, you're not going to be able to do that. So you take that away and you limit this team to, one shot attempt per possession. And I just don't think they're efficient enough to stay in this game. Obviously, the Aggies, the offense is not efficient by any means. But their ability to get to the rim, their ability to draw contact against a Texas team that does foul a lot, is gonna be a big time issue here. So I like the Aggies minus 5.5. I like them to get it done. I sneakily do think, I know we talked about Alabama in the conference preview video, but sneakily, if it's not Alabama, I wouldn't be surprised if Texas A&M finds their way into the semifinal or the final in this one, in this SEC tournament. There's one of those teams, defense and the way they rebound is going to take them far, unless you run into a team that's just white hot. The last one we're going to talk about here, probably not one that maybe people don't talk about, but Nevada taking on Colorado State. Colorado State laying 4.5 points here. I absolutely love Colorado State. I think this team can win the Mountain West. This team is good. They don't have a lot of the name recognition that some of the other Mountain West teams do, or just really any of the teams in the country. But Nikkei Clifford, an absolute dog. If you haven't watched him, tune into this game, and I guarantee you're going to be like, wow, this kid's really good. I just think this matchup for Nevada profiles is a tough one. If you're going to be Colorado State, you got to be able to shoot three. Nevada does not shoot three well. And then to expect them to be able to shoot well on neutral, not something that I want to trust. Colorado State's team loves to get to the rim. They usually shoot the three a bit. But what I'm really leaning on here is the fact that they like to get to the rim, like to get a lot of high percentage looks. And on a neutral court where like the sight lines are different and maybe it takes you a little bit while to get your offense going, you're trying to get your feet under you. Getting high percentage looks consistently, I like that on a neutral. I think that makes the difference. So like I said, Nevada, they're a team that likes to do the same thing too. The difference is Colorado State's been really good at defending the rim. And so if Nevada can't get those looks, they're going to have to resort to, a lot of jump shots. And I don't think this team has the guys to knock down jump shots consistently against Colorado State. So give me the Colorado State Rams minus 4.5 here. There's the 5 games I want to talk about. There's a lot more, but I won't bore you guys with any of those. If you have any questions in the Discord, obviously feel free to at me. If you're on Twitter and you see this and you want to ask some questions, you could do your best to DM me. I get a lot of DMs, and I am not the best about responding to them, but I try my best. As always, you can get all my official plays at GoldBoys.com. If you have a gambling problem, don't want to hurt a gambler. Thank you, guys.